So this is my completion video. This is day 9 of Marie's deep dive solo mission pilgrimage into Avalon to go and find herself, okay, to find the missing parts of she. And I signed up for 9 days. I didn't think I was going to make it. And I'm here at Glastonbury Abbey, which is home of Joseph Arimathea, which is my favorite place. Beautiful place. His presence here is very, very powerful. And it's day 9. 9 being completion. 9 is a very significant number for all of us, I think. 9s, 7s, 3s, or the above. But 9 particularly, because 9 is a power number, it's a completion number. It's very, very connected to the 9 Grail Maidens, which is obviously part of the mythology and the teachings. The 9 Morganas, or the 9 Morgans, which are the 9 priestesses. Morgan Le Fay is one of them. You know, and 9 transcends over all mythologies, doesn't it? You know what I mean? But it's completion. And I signed up for a 9-day mission, and I didn't think I was going to make it because I wanted to tap out ever such a lot, and it's actually blown my socks off as to how hard it was to receive, because that's why I came here. I came here to let go of everything so I could actually just find the missing part of me, because everything's been very arduous and hard, and I've had this deep sadness and unhappiness in me for as long as I can remember, and I was just crying so much and just very lonesome and just sorrowful. And I've now realized that the reason that sadness and sorrow is hitting so much of us is because we're very aware that we are separate from ourselves. And I speak to the men and I speak to the women. I speak to the Grail Maidens and the Grail Knights, okay? So this is across the board. That there is that itch you can't scratch. And that is why I've come here, and I believe that I have completed on a massive initiation, which has taken me all the way through this lifetime. And it's completed today. I've received a massive healing, and I felt that all coming together. Now, always when I go through things here in my life, what goes on for me goes on for you. So there will be this version of this showing up for you as well, because we all kind of like pop that popcorn at the same time, right? So there is a completion energy here going on for sure, where we have now completed on the death, rebirth, and now we've come into resurrection. And there's that phoenix rising from the ashes, completion energy, which is why today I feel so like, oh, like I feel like I've been in a university course for about 50 million years, and I've just completed today. That's how it feels. So what I also wanted to share as well, I mean, first of all, just bringing in the energy of Joseph Arimathea. You know, he is such a powerful divine masculine that holds space for us all the time, and you will feel his power and his strength and his presence so much here in the Abbey. There is a crypt just over there where his energy is super potent. Last year I actually brought through unintentionally a massive channel that just had my body shaking and convulsing, and I remember just saying, we have to hold the light, we have to hold the light. And when I walked in here, he kept saying, build it and they will come, build it and they will come, you know, which is what he did here, build it and they will come. And that is the help that Joseph Arimathea gives to us. You know, let's talk about his assistance and guidance as a divine masculine for his nephew Yeshua. He was able to make sure that Yeshua's pathways to all his initiations, tuition if you like, you know, travels from one country to another. You know, he made sure he got to the temple on time. He was very influential, and he was massive into logistics. He knew how to make the wheel turn. He knew how to create powerful bridges and pathways. So Yeshua's mission and pathway was smooth, and he completed. He helped Yeshua complete. That was his job. So he was almost like his overseer, right? And he is that to each and every one of us. So I cannot encourage you enough to tap into Joseph Arimathea, ask for his guidance and his love and his support. And he has told me that he's here to help us with the divine plan. What's your divine plan? What are you building? You know, what are you wanting to bring into the physical plane? Because he will help you. He's, like I say, he's logistics, energetic and also physical, as above, so below. So I'm sitting here on this last day, really receiving his energy and giving deepest gratitude and thanks to him and the lands and all the gods and goddesses that have helped me. But also as well, what I want to share with you, which I find very, very interesting as well, is carrying for others that which is not yours. And the only way that you can build it so they come, the only way that you can truly hold the light is by receiving and allowing yourself to fully come into the divine feminine, to be held. You have to let go to do that, right? But if you're carrying everybody else's shit and you don't know it, then you can't, and you get stuck between two worlds, meaning you're stuck between the divine masculine and the shadow, and you're not quite in the divine feminine. We're coming into balance now. Now I'm going to share with you something that's happened that's blown my socks off, because I didn't realize that this is what's happening, or that's been happening to me. 20 years I've had very, very intense issues with my body, and I've been in a year acupuncture to try and heal it, and it's never come right, and it's just got more and more intense. The day I stepped on this land, okay, is just disappeared, and it's not with me anymore. It's not here. I have been here. I haven't been working with anybody. I haven't been talking to anybody. I haven't been with my children, my family. I haven't been doing anything. I've just been doing me. And as a result, my ailments and my pains and my dysfunctions in my physical body has gone, completely disappeared. Why? Because I've now realized all of that stuff that was causing me dysfunction in my body was because I was holding other people's stuff. I suppose you could call it rescuing. I suppose you could call it carrying other people's bags when you need to carry your own and focus on that. Clean your own shit first. And now I've actually come here for 9 days and put myself into this vessel, in this container, free from all of the outside distortion. I opened a ceremony. I'm here. I'm going to close on my ceremony tonight. I put myself in this container, and I've now realized where I begin and the rest of the world starts. And basically the whole world and its shit was in here, and I had no idea. So now I know what it feels like to be in my own energy, free from all this other stuff. And no wonder I couldn't heal the ailments, because the root system of the cause didn't sit with me or my wounding or my pains. It was just other people's shit. How can I clear and heal other people's stuff when it's in me? Because it's like, no wonder that it was just not going away. So my question to you is, there's a big wall that you might not have known is there. If you've been working on ailments, emotional issues and shit you just can't get over or get around, it is because it is not yours. And somewhere along the line, we're carrying. Somewhere along the line, we thought that it's our job to pick up for other people. It's not. So somewhere you have to make a commitment to the altar, because this is how it goes. Because this stuff, that these blessings don't just get given, you have to earn it. And by earning it, what I mean is you step to the altar, you give your offering, you give something which is going to stretch you a little bit. And, you know, it's a challenge to give of yourself. That for me was time and cutting myself off from work, the mission, not helping other people, helping myself. That's hard for me. So that was my offering on the altar. I was like, I'm going to not do that, and I'm going to give myself to you. And then they gave me in return, meaning spirit, the goddess is the mother. So you have to pitch to be able to receive this kind of like shift, transformation, healing, blessing, becoming. You have to be willing to stretch yourself a little bit and sacrifice. It's not really a sacrifice, but it will feel like that. Let go of whatever you've got to let go of. And even though I might say, oh look, you see that little bee? I'm very connected to bees since being here as well. That's a whole nother video. Bees, blessings, divine, sweetness of life, you see. So yeah, so now it is time for you to commit to carving some time out for yourself. And kind of like put into practice what I'm sharing with you here. And I know you're going to say, oh, I can't possibly do that. I'm so busy. I've got this on. I've got that on. Well, if you're not going to do 9 days, that means you need to do 18 days then. Do you know what I mean? So it's a bit like, you know, in the mind will tell you don't have enough time, you don't have enough resources. Do you know what I mean? You know, but you can do it. If tomorrow the world was going to end, you would do it. Do you know what I mean? And maybe your world does need to end. So maybe the world is going to end tomorrow, because by doing this. So, you know, make the commitment or stay exactly where you are. And for me, 9 days out of my whole life, I've never done this before. 9 days I've given to myself. It's not a lot, is it? And it's absolutely transformed my world being here. And I know I'm going to go home a different person. I'm going to go home whole. I know that for sure. This is major completion for me. And it's time for us all to experience this. It's major completion for you as well. But you have to pitch up, and you've got to earn it. Can't just sit there and wait for it to just fall into your lap, because it won't. You'll just stay there, you know. So I'm telling you now, it is going to take something for you to get up out your seat and do something about it. So that's what I'm going to leave you with here. The prospect, the possibility of, can you create a container that is all about you, a time and space where your phone is off for some time, a time and space where nobody needs you and you don't have to give yourself except to yourself, a time and space that is essentially sacred to you. Because this is a ceremonial, man. This time where we are right now, it's ceremonial. And as we move into Lion's Gate, which is like starting to come in at the end of this month, you know, it's going to ramp up. So rather go willingly than being dragged by the fur. Do you know what I mean? Trust me, I know how that ends. Okay. Anyway, this is number 9, completion day. Endings and new beginnings, guys. Death, rebirth, resurrection. It's happening. This is it. So love and blessings from me to you, from the beautiful land of Avalon. Peace, peace, peace.